So, I've been doing a lot of growing, and I let go of my story from the past, and it's been very uplifting and great. Um, and it's like when I look back at my story, I can tell people about it, but it's like a grayed out version of it, and it doesn't have that same emotional hold. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have moments where I feel like um, the same guilt and shame. I mean, it comes up, it does. So it's just a matter of reminding myself, um, that those feelings are going to happen, but it's okay to let them go. I don't have to hold on to them because that's not who I am anymore. And we're not living that life anymore. And it's no longer our story. I can't tell you how freeing that is. I literally used to be so afraid of being seen in public. And now I'm walking my dog in the morning. It's like 6:37, so it's a little dark out. But I'm like dancing while I'm walking and skipping and laughing and having fun, and I don't care who sees me. That's kind of new. But you know what came along with letting go of my story was accepting that I have gifts that I haven't really explored. And I'm starting to accept that and that I want to explore them. And you know what else was really cool? I was doing this meditation the other day, and I've been exploring a lot of Hindu and ancient Arabic cultures, with Shakti and Shiva. And I have to tell you that some of the more ancient, not the more modern stories that you can hear, on media and other highly public profiled places, the more ancient stories of Shiva and Shakti and Shakti's, archetypes, as well as the lack of feminine energy in Western colonized societies. There's such an inequality of balance in our energies. It's not about, everyone's so focused on the mundane, right? Like women get the same pay and women get the same rights and women this and women that and blah, 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 blah. And slowly women have been taking over roles of men, and men have been feeling like they don't know their purpose because Western colonized society doesn't celebrate men and women in the way that ancient, more pagan, religious, non-religious cultures would have. I think, men and women need to be equally celebrated, and women need to celebrate men, and men need to celebrate women. And it's unfortunate, though, that, especially in this North American society, there is no celebrating of each other. There's not even celebrating within families anymore, really. Like, it's so odd to see a family that isn't criticizing or shaming or blaming each other in North America. This individualism that has become a part of our society and our culture that makes our kids compete against each other instead of work together, that teaches us that, there's always somebody better than us, not that there's a mentor that we can learn from, but that there's someone better than us, which makes us feel insecure and makes us feel like we're not good enough. When really, there's only probably a select few of that 1% up there that are probably the most mean, evil, cruel people you never want to talk to. But there's others, maybe they're not quite part of the 1%, maybe they're just like below it, but there's others that would gladly share what they know with the world. And the reason they would is simple. They know the world needs a change. We can't keep living like this. We can't keep living in a place where our children no longer learn how to work together, where our families no longer support each other when someone's in need, instead of just shipping them off to some institute and forgetting they exist. I mean, that wasn't that long ago. I mean, you can go back to the 40s and 60s and people would take their children with disabilities such as something so simple like Down syndrome. And I know that sounds like I'm diminishing Down syndrome. I'm not. What I mean by simple, though, is it's something that as a family you guys could have adapted to. It's something that with love and compassion and understanding and not the need to make everyone be exactly the same, families can adapt to. And it's more important as families and communities that we support and love each other and adapt to each other's needs and let each other be ourselves. Stop wanting everyone to be the same. Stop wanting to fit into a mold. Like, you come here. So I'm of a firm belief now that we choose our parents because of the lessons we want to learn. We even choose which planet we want to reincarnate to. And it's because, we have things we have to learn spiritually to grow as the beings we're meant to be. And whether this planet survives or not is irrelevant for me at this point, because I just want to keep... So here's something I've been really working on. I learned that the point of shamanism, like maybe not all shamans, right? Because again, different variations. But the point of... There was this thing I was listening to, and they're calling it... What are they calling it again? Not quantum shamanism, not modern shamanism. I'll look it up. Anyway, I forget. But there was a new name. Neuro. Because it's a combination of understanding the neurons. And did you know something cool about science? Your chakras can actually literally be measured and seen, and they are a combination of nodes in your body where neurons and little collective, like, I don't want to call them brains. They're not, I guess maybe they are kind of like brains. That's the best way to describe it. But look it up. Google it. Don't take my word for it, because I'm not using the right terminology, obviously. But look it up, because, ancient cultures, ancient mystics, going back to like Aristotle and before that, even, way before that, they could literally see people's chakras inside of their bodies. Like a Reiki master, I don't care how you say it, they can see your energies, and they can see the dark spots in your energies. And a shaman's point of existence in their life is not just to grow and, share knowledge, but they can also help you heal. But they can also help people serve the justice needed to be served to create balance. Sometimes balance is needed. Sometimes you need those people who can see the energies, so they can see the darkness or the dark spot in your chakra or in your energy and remove it, or they can activate it. And the other interesting thing is that because we are all made in the image of the one source of energy, we have a dark and a light side. And we have to stop being afraid of our dark side. And we have to stop thinking that just because we have darkness, we can't have light. You actually have both. And it's a process of mixing, or not really mixing, but bringing the two together in harmony so that your darkness and your light work together. And it's okay to have dark, and it's okay to have light, and it's okay to be spicy, and it's okay to be gentle and loving and forgiving. Right? So I'm working on cleansing my chakras, and I'm working on opening up my channels, because I'm ready to move on to the next step. I really am. Which also means I need to drink a lot more water. I've been slacking. And I'm about to get really creative. So here's another thing. If you're wondering if someone in your life is good or bad for you, I have a really easy test for you. When you're with them, do you feel joy, happiness, and light in your body, and are inspired to do the things that are passionate, that are loving for you? Like if you love to create or paint or draw or be active, like running, physical activity, if the person you're surrounding yourself with, or people you're surrounding yourself with, if they make you, inspire you to do the things you love to do, and you have the passion and more energy to do them, those are good people. Keep them around. But if you're around somebody who sucks your energy out, and your body starts to get heavy, and you lose your motivation, and you can't figure out where your passions went, and maybe you used to draw all the time, or maybe you used to run every morning, and now you just can't seem to find the energy to do it, and your body maybe start hurting in places and aching. Check in with yourself after you leave somebody's presence and see how you feel physically. You might be surprised how quickly your body can tell you, nope, don't like that person. That person's not good for us right now. Same thing with the spelling energy. I mean, I'm still working on not raising my voice when I get frustrated, especially seeing as how much it affects my son a lot. So I have to find ways to, calm myself. And I'm getting better at it. I'm getting actually really good at it, but I can do better. I know I can. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for what comes next. I think I might actually explore an actual Hindu prayer service. I think that would be cool if they'd let me. I might approach them and see. I mean, I don't know if it's for me. I'm not really a huge religious fan, but I'm still curious because, well, I have no story right now. So I get to be curious. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? When you let go of your story and you have no story, you get to be exploratory and just try shit and see what you like because you no longer have a story. So if you feel stuck, stop telling everyone, I'm this kind of person, I'm that kind of person. Let go of the damn story. Be free. And definitely include some sort of spirituality in your everyday. I like to meditate a lot, and I like to do my smudging, and I talk to my grandmothers a lot, and I talk to the energy that is the planet and all of us all the time. My biggest challenge now is learning how to connect to my true self, my higher self. So that's my next step. But I might need to go to a medicine lodge and actually do like a proper ceremony or ritual for that. So that's maybe my next goal, is connecting more with my people and my ancestral practices and see what I can do to make my inner child feel whole again. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving in the name of Thanksgiving. I will go and visit my grandmother because I love my grandmother and I am thankful for her, and I will do everything I can to always make my grandmother feel loved because she always made me feel loved. Always. But the actual concept of the traditional Thanksgiving in westernized, colonized North America? Nah.